you know, we look at the world the same kind of,
Right.
right? And I think Shaka is wanting to believe, but it's hard within the parameters of his life to believe that, right? Like with what he does for a living, he's risking his life every day. I love. Is that supposed to be him in the background there with the?
Yeah, yeah,
Who did that? Was that him? Who made that? Was that
yeah.
him?
Chaka did. Yeah.
He's so clever when it comes to that. See, there he is listening. I thought you're putting out candy. Yeah, yeah. So what makes you believe though that there isn't frequencies, energies, and light codes being activated? I'm going to turn it around to you.
Makes I never even considered it, so I haven't thought about it either way. So I can't form a
So I'll tell you though, like,
solid opinion.
um, I always liked, like, years ago I got into Zeitgeist, the movie Zeitgeist, and I, for some reason, didn't pursue it
I'll be right
further.
back.
Got kind of sidetracked, whatever. And then like years and years go by, and then I, started getting into the conspiracy shit again. Um, but then I just went through like a time in my life where I mean, call it a depression or whatever. It was just like a lot of bad shit happened, and it just put you in one of those moods where you didn't feel like doing anything. So I just decided to um, like devote my time to productive shit, and I was researching like electronics just from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been into shit like that, and I said, you know what, I got some inventions and stuff in my head, and I'm just gonna focus on how to make those come real, right?
Yeah.
And through learning all this stuff, um, there was some wireless stuff I was looking at, so it kept putting Tesla. Like if I was gonna watch something, it had to be educational or like that was it. Basically, it had to be educational. So they keep showing the Tesla shit, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, Tesla, yeah, 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 Tesla. And finally, one day, I was at my ex's house, and I don't know what made me, but I finally put it on, right, and I finally played that recommended video, and it played for like maybe 11 seconds or so.
Mm-hmm.
There you go with like 11, right? But
Okay. Well,
I,
hold up there. Hold up just
yeah,
for one sec. Okay, because my audience is super spiritual,
yeah.
so they're going to want to know, defy what the hell you're talking about 11, because I saw 1111 for years, to the
Hmm.
point I thought I was going crazy. I was like, why do we keep seeing this? What does this mean? And this is prior to me being spiritual. So I'm really curious to know what it is about 11 for you. This,
Well, because I like numerology too.
yeah, me too.
So 11 is a master number. So you
Yeah,
got 11, 22, and 33. And I'm not an expert on it, so I forget,
it's
which ones.
33, 66, and 99 supposedly, or 369
Yeah, there's a
are
369. Yeah.
the language of all the binary codes within the universe. If you can decipher 369, you can figure out the universe. That
Yeah,
was
that's
what
what
Nikola
Tesla.
Tesla said. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've
So,
been smoking the same stuff. Is that what you're
yeah.
saying? Okay.
Yeah, so but that's what I started. So I watched like 11 seconds of that video, and I paused it and said, you know what, this needs my full attention. And I put it to watch later. And then when I got home, I rolled a fat one up and like closed the door and was like, here, let me
Hmm.
focus on this video. Um, and that opened me up to so many different other things of like physics, and it was all science related shit. It was all science. And I just went down that path of everything, and
So
that
what was it, a form of healing for you?
definitely it brought me. It was my spiritual awakening, and it happened through science.
And what year?
You know what? I don't even know what year it was exactly.
2006?
Nah. This was within maybe like 17, 18, 2017, 2018.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying when I was 16, 17.
You're like, I don't fucking know how old you are, asshole. But
How old are you, by the way?
41.
41. You don't say, you sound like you have a very young spirit.
I do. Well, you know what's funny is when I was young, I was always told I have an old soul.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, I stay young. Like I
Yeah,
get
you
along
have
with
all,
all ages.
yeah, you're like Iggy Pop. You've got a lust for life.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one screwed up dude. But so we lost your friend. Did I piss him off? What happened?
No, he probably went out to smoke or something, and then
Okay, or he was letting us have our moment.
maybe yeah, because he doesn't know what the hell we're talking about. But see, he won't listen to
No,
it.
no, I'm back. I
Shut
was
the
listening
fuck
the
up,
whole time.
lying ass.
Did
I
I
had
piss
to
you off?
pee and I had to tell my son goodnight, and then I'm back. By the way, Steve in the chat,
Yeah.
the same thing as I did. That 369 from the windows to the wall.
So yeah, but see, nine
Same
is like governs everything, and then there's like a polarity between the 3 and the 6, and I
Well,
believe that's where you call it the binary code of 369.
do you want to know something really weird?
36. What?
Okay. So in Canada, all the very powerful companies,
Oh yeah.
all the powerful companies are in buildings
both of
that are
them?
number 33. 33. Or if
Steve,
not
can you verify what's being said by the other Canadian?
33. So like a lot of the big corporations are either in 33, 44, or 55. I watched a little show on it, and then I thought, wow, that's just a crock of crap. And then I started looking at the buildings, like the companies that were in these buildings in 33. They're always high end on the peak streets within Canada. And I thought, okay. Now the other thing is too, the Masons we're into 888, which is infinite. Right? 8 is infinite, right? The circle is. You're saying to yourself, what have we been smoking? Tell me a little bit about yourself, because I've always wanted to know. And why did you pick the name you picked, sir?
Me?
No. The Lazy Shaman. Who's the Lazy Shaman?
That's us two together.
Yeah.
But
So
Here,
you're so you've
Shaman
morphed.
says I'm Lazy Jedi, so his name is Shaman says. So he's got that mystical weird shit going on.
Yeah. I want you to introduce yourself, because I have this on Twitter right now, and I have it on YouTube, and I know my audience will look at it and go, how the hell is Michael associated to these people? And it's all because of Shaka. Right there. Now, do you guys ever do Twitter Spaces at all? No.
not usually. We
have,
did a few, but I mean
they're just not our format.
out, you know.
Me neither. I don't like it. It's like hiding in the shadows. I like to be seen, I think. You have to
me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
Shaman does not share that
I
problem.
like being seen. I only don't show my face and stuff because people, as soon as you get some people mad, all of a sudden they're calling your job up, getting you fired, and I
Hey,
say
Nick,
things that are controversial at times.
by the way, what is your channel? Can we post it so that everybody we can do some little sub action?
You talking to me now? You're talking to me?
Yes. I'm talking to you, bro.
Michael Bathurst, everything. Michael Bathurst, Twitter. Michael Bathurst, Facebook.
That's
Michael
pretty straightforward. I like it.
Yeah,
Okay,
Michael
wait.
Bathurst YouTube. Michael Bathurst. Wait.
You're on here. You can post. Will you post your link in our?
I did.
On StreamYard? Did you?
No, but I'm right now streaming on X and YouTube. Yeah. So I'm more concerned about my audience seeing your audience. So
well, I know that's why I want to cross. We're gonna cross pollinate here, Michael. We're gonna make some.
Yeah, but see, then I might be afraid and wear like some old mask thing and never show my face again if we cross pollinate.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I don't
Whoa.
understand.
I've often thought of doing that. Having a different channel, but never showing my face. Then you can be kind of crazy.
I honestly feel
You know
like
what's funny?
Shaman is your alt account, and you're really Shaman, so you're doing exactly what you just said in real time. Like you
You're
have
right.
your alt up
No,
Shaman
there.
seriously, I thought about starting a new channel where I showed
Yeah.
my face,
Yes.
and I wondered if, like, what would happen if people would even catch on or what. Like,
They probably
Oh, I
won't.
would go on there and put you on blast immediately. This is fucking Shaman. Look at him. I would do that.
So you see what happens? You add one crazy person to the mix, and we suddenly have energy in here. You see
yeah.
that? Yeah, that's all it takes. One bad apple.
But
Bad
if,
Canadian apple. Here,
but if
crab
you're
apple.
asking about like what made me pick the Shaman name,
Yeah.
um,
And what made him lazy? Go ahead.
wait, he just is. He embodies lazy. um,
I think he embodies joy, actually. He always seems to be smiling and he's upbeat. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was looking to
Thank
kinda
you, Michael. Fuck you, Shaman. Okay, go on,
I
sorry.
was looking to change my name because I felt like, I guess, not a new identity, but just changing my name, right? And I had like the name for the longest time,
Yeah.
and I was thinking about it for a while, and I was already getting more spiritual with shit.
Yeah.
And then I saw some other people like Buddha this, and you got like Slim Jesus back in the day.
Yeah.
And it kind of made me think about that kind of stuff. But then, like, Shaman Says came to me, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that has a ring to it. And that's more of like the stuff I was more studying, I would
Yeah.
say, was more of like the shaman type stuff. Like that's really the stuff that interests me. And then it also was like a way to kind of remind me that like that's the path that I'm on. So every once in a while, when it's like you're not working towards that, you got to remember to, always be striving to be the person you say you are, which would be Shaman Says.
I have a weird question, but I feel like it's a good question. So
Yeah.
when you guys met each other, what
Mhm.
made you decide that, hey, you know what, we should have an alliance and do a channel? What spawned that? Like,
Strippers and drugs, basically.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Was that the
gist
other
of it.
channel called Mojo Rising? Was
Yeah,
that?
that's what.
Yeah, Mojo Rising. Yeah, yeah.
It was we would go on somebody else's stream a lot
Right.
back in the day, and that's that guy. You'll see him in the chat from time to time, and he'll be on the show. And then also Steve the Canadian would be up there a lot too. And then that guy would just go to bed, and he would leave us streaming, and then
Mhm.
we kind of had an after show on that guy's stream, anyways. So we joked around about we should do our own stream, and then Steve more or less pulled the trigger quicker. It just sounded bad. Too many ers.
Look at him. He's laughing at himself. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
If you can't laugh at yourself, you can't laugh, right? Okay.
That's right.
I want to hear Lazy Jedi's reason for forming this partnership with you. I'm a little bit interested. I honestly am.
Well, Shaman gave you the backstory, and it was just a lot of fucking fun. It was just a nice community of people that were into the same shit. And then, like Shaman said, we were always the last one standing. It was me, Steve, and Shaman just bucking around for hours after that guy passed out. And then, yeah, Steve corralled us all together. We started a show, and then just went from there.
And then recently, Shaka has decided to invade your space with.
Oh no, Chaka's okay. So we're all part of like a bigger crypto community, and well, that's what it started out as. We're not a crypto channel, but like all our friends from there, when we started our show, like when Chaka started his show, we were all on board, and then
I remember.
way down the road.
I've known Chaka before he started his channel.
Oh yeah. Like a lot of us were like, we started our shows at various points, And
Right.
Chuck is hugely successful and fun. Like Chuck is just a great person. So I mean, it doesn't matter if you were part of the crypto community or if you're a part. Chuck is gonna be your friend. Chuck is just a good dude. And so
I
yeah,
get that. I get he's fundamentally, morally somewhat sound.
somewhat sound.
Yeah. Well, none of us are perfect, right? We all have flaws. All of us. Right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know.
No, we just like to have fun. Like we just like to come on Fridays and fuck around. And like tonight, a special occasion, it's Halloween. I throw out a thing and we have a general chat, on Twitter.
It feels
Seeing
like
who's
Friday.
interested. Yeah, it does feel like Friday. Well, it is my Friday because I don't work tomorrow. But Shaman works early as fuck, so he's got to get off very soon.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to expand our channel a little bit by streaming more often and hopefully bringing in more unique people like yourself. And I appreciate you coming through, man. And that's cool that you're streaming.
Unique.
Hopefully your community
Shaman,
doesn't
is
think
that a
too weirdly of
compliment or a
us.
slap? He'll tell me.
It sounded like a compliment.
It did. I felt a breeze across my face, though. There.
Wait, what happened? I missed
I
something.
enjoy somebody like you coming on because you bring some substance to the conversation and not just talking about like lollygagging bullshitting around.
Yeah, I agree. You're
even though it's
definitely
still
a good addition.
it's more substance. People are learning something from the discussion.
Right. It's fun. It's interesting. So Shaman and I couldn't be more different, but I find him extremely interesting. And I think a lot of the shit that he talks about, I initially write off like, what are you fucking talking about? But then I see it manifest in different ways. And I tell Shaman this all the time. And I don't like to tell him that because he gets a big fucking head on him. Even you wouldn't know it because he just has a PFP, but he gets a big fucking head when you give him compliments like, hey, you were right about this and that and that. He's not always right, but when he is, I always give him his dues. But anyway, that's why I like streaming with Shaman because we're just polar opposites. But it's fun.
I think you're morally though pretty sane, like in sync. And even
Oh yeah, there's got to be a common denominator or it wouldn't work.
Who's the leader? Who's the natural born leader here?
I would like.
Do you see what I did there?
Hey, look at it. He's turning us against each other. Don't let him divide us like this.
So here's the thing.
Leaders.
I would say
there's two presidents in this America. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say.
Fuck off, Michael. I liked you for a minute, but you've stepped over a line.
Okay, so who's Camille? Who's Camille and who's Trump? Okay, go ahead.
We're both leaders. However, I take more initiative most of the time.
All right. So who do you think's more invested emotionally?
Oh.
These are some pretty fucking
that'd be hard to say. I don't know about that because I'm a little more. There's been times where Lazy's thought maybe we shouldn't stream tonight, and I'm like, no, we're fucking doing it.
And then there's times where I stream randomly, and I'm like, hey,
so it's kind of hard to like
I was gonna say there's no like one like we each have our moments on any end of that spectrum.
We might be tied on that one.
I like that you look out for each other because I'm giving you some weird questions, and you're instead of butting heads, you're basically supporting each other and going, well, he has his.
Okay,
we
fuck with each other hard, but we got each other's backs. At the end of the day, that's always what it's gonna be. That's just how that's how it works. We wouldn't get along this well if that's
so we like to fuck with each other. Mother, is that what you're saying?
But you see, also I know how to say things, right? So it's who's the boss? Well, who's the boss? No, there's times where I take more initiative than he does and do stuff. But I don't see it as me being a leader. I see it as at the same time, being a leader, you do what needs to get done, right? But if you're both leaders, then you both do whatever needs to get done.
Yeah.
So there's certain things that I pick up, but every once in a while I'll tell him, hey, you got to figure this out.
So
I can't help with that or whatever.
No, these are all insanely good points. They're really good. I feel like I stirred something here, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. And I wanted I
We're
wanted
picking
to
up on that pretty
I
hard.
wanted to see the dynamic. Well, I've been doing this a long time, right? I've been interviewing people for a very long time. But if you were to say 3 things that you like about broadcasting and 3 things you don't like about broadcasting, and we'll all do it. And then I'll probably let this wonderful gentleman here I met.
This fucking voodoo master over here. I love it. I'm on board. I'm on board for this exercise. It's actually kind of interesting. You're a unique person. We don't get people as unique as you very often, so I'm very excited.
Well, and I think Shaman's similar. I think there's elements there. When I vibrationally tune into him and I are similar.
Very.
Yeah, we're similar. Yeah. I could see us getting along. Yeah. Go ahead. You're going to answer the question first, or do you want me to answer?
Wait, okay, repeat the question so we can all reset. Well, no, I got it, but let's go back to it.
And 3 things you don't like about broadcasting.
Oh, I was going to do that old joke. Okay, Bob, tell me your name. Starts with a B, ends with a B. 3 seconds, Bob. Go ahead. All right. Yeah, you've never heard that skit?
No.
I've not.
No?
I've just heard the Who's on
Cheech and
first.
Chong. Cheech and Chong.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's sad. Then I've heard it. I just forgot it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've been watching a lot of Cheech and Chong, you probably forgot a lot of what they said, but you liked it at the time.
It was off the record. It was off the record.
Of course.
It was one of the, yeah. So who's going to go first?
I'll go first. I like just hanging out and having fun with people in a unique setting. It's not my everyday. Like, okay, so the internet's kind of fake reality. It's make believe. Like, it's fun escape.
Mhm.
That's why I like it. That is the 1, 2, and 3 reason. What I don't like about it is, I don't know, when I'm not when I want to stream, but I have nothing interesting to say, which is 90% of the time. So I should hate it 90% of the time. But that's why I like having interesting people on, because they bring the funness and I just feed off that funness.
They bring the energy.
They do.
So together today, we elevated the energy together. We kind of fed off of each other, but in a healthy way.
Well, that's what I
was
that's
a
what
healthy
I like to bring
exchange.
people on to feed off of in a healthy way, in a way that doesn't sound creepy. We just fed off each other's energy.
Yeah. I think you just called me creepy, but that's okay. I've been called.
No.
Well,
I
when
implied it. I didn't
one
say.
feed-
No,
So-
you're not creepy. You think you are a very interesting person, like in a good way, not like, oh, you're interesting. No, like, you're fucking interesting. What else you got to say? What other questions you got in the back of your brain? Like,
See, he won't listen to me for a lot of the stuff that I try to tell him. But
Good.
when somebody else
say
tells
that.
him, he'll be
Yeah.
like, "Really?" And I'm like, "This is what I was telling you." He'll go, "Oh shit, you're right."
Yeah, but
And
there's
I'm like-
powers. There's power in numbers, right? Too.
Yep. And there's 3 of us right now. 3, 6, 9.
Yeah, 369. That's right. Absolutely. Okay, so
Steve specifically asked you not to bring those 3 numbers up again. And you
who
completely-
wants to go second?
There's only you two working on amongst yourself. Who wants to go second?
Wait, did he say what he did? Oh, so
Like,
this-
there's a long list of people. Like, Shaman, do you want to go second, or should I go second as the guy? Who wants to go second?
I'll go ahead and go. That's fine.
What's that? Who wants to go? The only person that could have responded was Shaman. He was dead ass silent. Way to not step up, Shaman.
I didn't know you were done already. I thought that was the one. I thought
Who
you
wants to go second?
Uh-huh.
Silence.
Ooh! I was raising my hand. You didn't see it.
No,
we couldn't.
that was our fault. Yeah, go ahead.
That
Yeah.
was that.
You know, I
That's
thought,
worst part.
Nobody's paying attention to the chat right now. Where are we?
what are you talking about? I just switched to something. I had just switched to that comment.
Yeah, you weren't paying attention. Now.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, anyway, go second, Shaman. You're second. You've
Good,
been
good
nominated.
deflection there. Anyways,
You've been nominated, Shaman.
So yeah, I like the fact that I can communicate with so many people and have
Right.
somewhat of, I guess you could say, a platform. Because there is an aspect that I like the entertainment of it. Like not really performance, but again, it's more in the interaction of it. But I like to joke around and have fun, and people like that. So I like to do that.
Shaman, if you like to have fun and joke around with people so much, can you explain why you fall asleep often on stream?
Because you guys get
Whenever
boring
you
as
guys have
fuck.
fun.
You get
But you're
bored.
supposed to
Sorry,
bring the
Chris, when you're
fun.
in stream. Yeah, you guys get boring as don't you realize whenever you guys start getting boring and I start going to sleep. You have long conversations about some stupid shit, and then I go to sleep.
Next time I feel like you get sleepy, I'm just gonna shout out 369.
There you go.
Bring
There
you
you
back
go.
to life.
You
Just
want
fucking
me to be honest?
reinvigorate you.
I'm being honest tonight. We're getting
Get
honest.
y'all hot to trot.
Yeah, so I would say I like the interaction. I like to be on stage to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Which extent? When have you been on stage?
He knows what I mean by that.
I know what you mean. Yeah, you like to perform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we have the other Canadian. Steve is in the background. Here we go.
I don't know. I guess with that's pretty much the main stuff there. At some point, I hope that I can teach people some stuff because I do like teaching.
That's
so
cool.
I really hope somebody can take something away from, and that's what I mean when I say I like having the platform is, hopefully being able to change some people's lives somehow.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
It feels really good. Like when we, talk about having or even we have a real short stream or something, people get mad and they're like, man, I was really, counting on you to be here tonight or whatever. Or sometimes we'll pop up a stream and they're like, oh, thank you so much for streaming tonight.
That is kind of a bittersweet feeling. You're like bummed that you let them down, but you're excited that they wanted you to keep going. That is kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, and you see that people count on you at a certain point, and that's I don't know. That's a good feeling to know that people are counting on you to stream.
Uplift them in some ways. Are we going to introduce the new person in the room here?
That is Steve the Canadian, but Steve, welcome.
We're a boot to introduce.
But we do need to hear Michael's take on his question.
Guys, pretend I'm not here. I'm just hearing a lot of bullshit drawn out answers, so I'm just going to translate and mediate for the crowd.
Oh, good.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it.
Okay, so Michael, your turn to answer. Let's
go. No problem.
Get it.
The best parts for me have always been meeting new people, number one. Number two would be testing myself mentally. I love that. 3, contributing and helping, and just as our friend here, maybe adding a little light to someone's life. The 3 things I can't stand: people who talk in circles. I think he talked about that before. They're saying a whole lot of nothing. They're doing word salad. Number 2, people who won't let other people talk, and they just bulldoze over them. And number 3, and it's a double-edged sword, and I'll explain it to you. There's so many times I've not wanted to go on, but I promised myself that I would, because I used to do the show on Haps every morning, and we used to talk to people all over Europe, and I would get on and I would have the best guests I've ever had, and I swear they'd elevate the show, and I'd have to do very little. And if I hadn't have done it and didn't have the daily disciplines, I wouldn't have been able to have that kind of content. And moments like this, like, you can name Shaka here, who basically said, you need to come up and talk to these individuals. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say you can't stand the Dutch for the third one there. You even said Europe. That's the road I thought you were going, but no, you stayed serious. Nice.
Yeah. Thank you. So can you give me a little intro on you? I feel like I've talked to you before.
Quite possible.
Because he sounds like every other person from your country.
I'm Canadian.
Do you go to Tom's for, or what's that place called? Do you go to get your coffee?
Tim Hortons.
It's Tim's.
Tim Hortons.
Tim's.
You probably seen him at Tim Hortons.
Yeah, you probably seen him at Tim
Whereabouts do you live? In
Alberta. Northern
Oh,
Alberta. But I'm
Uh,
from Hamilton, Ontario, so
I used
right
to
around
live,
you there.
I used to live in Hamilton at one point. You have a
Right?
great broadcaster voice, by the way.
Well, thank you.
No, you do. Like you
It
have
goes
like,
up and down.
Oh my god, this Canadian jerk fest is already old. Just stop complimenting it because you can't be rude to each other.
Lazy. What's wrong with someone complimenting another person?
yeah, there's
You
nothing-
Americans, man. Like, come on.
yeah.
I'm
are you
just kidding.
talking
I'm
about?
just kidding.
What are you
Just
We're
talking about?
ganging up on them now.
I'm just making some just complete stereotypical Canadian humor. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Now, do you have your own
I'm
channel
sorry.
that
I'm
people
sorry.
can visit you if they've because
They
we're
what?
we're going live right now
does?
on YouTube and Twitter. There were quite a few Canadians that listen to me.
Steve, you gotta drop your link to your channel, bro.
Oh, I don't want to do that. I can't
No.
leave.
Why?
Remember, I'm on the phone. I can't leave this chat to get it.
Okay, well, never mind. I'll go get it for you, Steve.
Go get it.
But I
Steve's
do
channel,
totally different
Steve has a
content.
very interesting channel.
Yeah, I tried crypto, and I'll be real. I'm not a crypto entertainer because I don't believe in
No.
it. So I can't sit there and be like, "Hey guys, buy this." No, really, don't buy it.
No.
So I build like one of one
Steve
mini
does
bike, pretty much.
Frankenstein machine.
Yeah.
That's what your channel name should be, Steve. Frankenstein machines.
Well, no, because this pocket bike is going to be like a piece of art when I'm done.
It doesn't. It's not like everything you do has to do, but I'm just saying it kind of works for a lot of the shit you do.
But like, look
But
at
it's
this.
all very fun.
Like it's basically coming out like a piece of art once it's done. So yeah,
I know you're actually doing some cool shit with this new one. It's not
Right.
just like to see what it can do. It's like we're gonna make it look pretty and be like authentically like can get
Well-
you from point A to point B without dying.
Is
it only does like 20 corners now.
Is Shaka still part of this link right now? Because he's advertised that he's on right now.
His stream's probably still going. He
It's
probably
still
just
going.
left.
Oh yeah, he might have left it. He's dual streaming right now.
Yeah, because he's that's hilarious. We're all there's 3 of us being listed on Live X right now. You, Shaka, and me are all
Oh, is Chaka still showing on live? Sometimes it takes a little bit for once you stop streaming though for X to take it off because I've had that where like 20 minutes after we start streaming it still showed us live even when I refreshed X. I don't know if that's some kind of weird glitch.
yours says Halloween pop-up stream. His says Halloween pop-up stream with lazy shaman show, and mine says frequencies, waves, and energy.
Thank you, Lazy, for putting that there.
That's funny. So someone's going to go, oh, I'm into this, and go, this is exactly like the other stupid show I just put on. Oh, there you go.
So Michael,
Like-
how many people do you got watching that one with our cross-pollination stream here?
right now on, I have no idea on YouTube, but on X we have 7, and Shaka has 6, and you have 6. So
666, huh?
Oh,
And
wow. Well, he's
on
got
top of
7,
that,
so he's flexing on the rest of us.
hold on,
This
mine
time-
is showing
Flexing on us.
mine's showing. Oh, it just went to 34, but the whole time it was
Ah.
showing 33 viewers.
Yeah,
So-
it was showing 33. Like literally while you started that sentence, it changed to 34. Shaman.
that's
Yeah.
So
So
we
can I-
we
can I
stream
touch on that
X,
energy thing?
YouTube, and Rumble. So
it just went to 8. Now it's 6. So it's 668. So I don't know what that means.
Look at that.
There you go.
Look at that. Look at that.
Absolutely.
Can, can I touch on that energy thing again that you guys were
Absolutely.
talking about?
Anything you want, go for it.
Well, because I've been thinking about that. Like, I mean, if you look at it realistically, we're all 3D in this world, but everything's particles and energy and all that. But the
Right.
last thing they want us to do is to get to the next spectrum, because the red spectrum is the next one, then the blue, then the white. But the higher vibration you run at, the more positivity, the higher the spectrum, the higher the color you get to that next one.
Mm-hmm.
I think like it started with that whole CERN collision thing, but I think there's a lot going on with that. And Shaman, you might know the name. What's the weather controlling thing?
We just got super deep right there. Did you see what happened there? Holy mackerel! We went into another atmosphere. I think you just blew the brains of about 5 people, and the rest are going, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
Hey, well, at least I know 2 other people on the panel know what I'm talking about.
I
But
know what you're
whatever
talking
they're using for the weather,
hard
definitely pushing the magnetic fields. DARPA, yeah. They're
Yeah.
holding back the fields for some reason. And it's keeping us in a lower 3D reality. A lower 3D reality is not good. It's a rough vibration to be at.
Do you honestly
that-
believe? Hold up. Do you honestly believe the stuff you're saying, or are you just appeasing us?
No, I believe it's possible. I'm
Oh.
obviously just some guy up in Canada, right? I don't have access to any of the books that confirm it. But at the same token, when you look at certain things, the way they're using DARPA, the
This
way
makes the most sense.
like when you look at like 80% of people are basically NPCs, but the crazy stuff they're starting to do, the vibe of the world is going down. You know what I mean? But the people in charge seem more than happy about it, and they know it.
Oh, it's a form of control.
Exactly. It's a lot easier to control
Yeah.
people who are unstable, which sounds backwards. But
Yeah, it's like that saying, people watch TV to zone out, right?
Exactly.
You're watching programming, right? That
Yeah.
programs you.
But what are you watching it on? A 2D box.
Right.
No,
You're watching a
it's called
lower level of programming.
Well, look
It's
at
called programming. That's the whole
Right?
point. It's programming you when you watch it. So
Yeah.
that's you have to be careful.
both
And if
right,
you
by
do
the
But
way.
if you were to watch 3D programming constantly, it would blow your fucking mind because you
Remember
always
this.
watch 2D
Hey.
programming.
Just remember this: when you turn the TV off, it turns into a black mirror.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Touche.
Right. So I personally believe that the world has shifted down intentionally, but people like you and me and everyone else who becomes aware of that, in situations where you feel the lower vibration, you can fight it with a higher vibration. It doesn't mean the world is shit. It means it's going to shit. But when you recognize it, you can turn it around.
You know what?
So I feel like the
hold
more
up,
people
hold
that
up.
wake up to it,
That was
the
a
more.
nugget.
Yeah.
That was a nugget of gold you had there. It's. I'm just trying to tell you right now. The average person can't keep up with you, but what you just said there was a nugget of gold. No, they can't. They can't keep up with him. You're definitely a smart dude. So here's the thing. You're bringing up things that most people would not understand. Number one. Number two.
They don't want to though.
We're smart.
No. A lot of
Yes,
people want to
Steve.
be. A lot of people are just plain numb. I'm not trying to be mean. They're just numb.
Numb or dumb, one of the two.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think they're dumb. I think everybody has special gifts, but I find it really odd that it came into this broadcast and we're all talking about energy, and you know a lot. Like I don't usually go into rooms and feel like, oh, this guy might know more than I do about this. I love that.
dude, you just stumbled on a whole.
Yeah, but that means you know something I don't.
line of
That's what that's got to
people.
mean.
Well, not me, but those two are like right up your alley. 100%.
Is that part
I'm
of
a
the
firm
reason-
believer that if the negative can take over, the higher energy can do the exact same thing. Everyone has to recognize it, though. That's all.
There has to be balance, man.
I'm going to play back what you said earlier because it needs to be a meme. It was fucking amazing. I don't know, like a light went on in my head. There was in amongst those 9,000 words that you said, there was a sentence in there that was like 7 to 8 words that was like, shit, that's it. He's just hit it. And if I can kind of understand what you were saying was, even if you're in the low frequencies and you feel like the world is controlling you, you have the ability to rise above. And that's kind of what you said in more poetic wording.
100%. Like you got a flat tire, your engine just blew, you're on the side of the road, but you got to pack smokes and you're good to go. But that's like just your mindset, right? You don't let it like destroy your world. You've already stepped up a little bit. So, and that usually leads to things like someone stopping, giving you a hand. You know,
Giving you a hit?
a hand.
Oh,
Like if you're just on the side of the road kicking your tire and being angry, nobody's going to stop. But if they see, oh, this guy's just kind of chilling out, he's having some problems, they're more likely to stop. But that directly is to do with the energy you're putting out. So.
Yeah, you're not threatening then too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just like a rough example of that, yeah. But
Yeah.
in day-to-day life, I try to apply that to people, especially if I can see that they're having like a rough time.
Uh-huh.
You can change someone's day by just taking 10 seconds to, hey, how's it going? Or sorry, or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
Totally agree.
You know what I tell everybody to do? I said, you know what? You want to start making a little bit of change in the world? Just like hold the door open for somebody next time you go to the store.
Yeah.
Say thank you.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
watch their face and how surprised they actually are that someone just opened the door for them. But that
Well,
surprise
one
brings
day
a smile.
my attitude, and that's when I noticed it because I was having a shitty day, and I was walking into like a 7-Eleven or something, and someone like went out of their way to hold the door open for me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Thank you," and then it switched me from that shitty mode to being grateful and having to say thank you and shit, and it just totally changed my whole mood for that day.
Right? But your day still sucked, but you didn't feel like it sucked anymore. So it's like, yeah.
Lazy, are you okay with this conversation? Are you
Oh,
enjoying
he checks out immediately. We've been getting him to come around, but he checks out almost immediately.
But I gotta head
I
out.
listen.
I'm a half hour for bed already.
Yeah.
So
Are you going to end this soon?
Yeah,
Like,
we're gonna go ahead and end it.
y'all can try.
Your
to keep
body energy is basically saying, "I need to end this," and these guys are nuts. And those.
No. I actually I've been streaming with Shaman for years now, and this is par for the course. That's why when you came on, I was like, "Holy shit, Shaman Part 2, here we go." No, but I'm not.
You guys
Don't
are
get me
actually
wrong.
like 2 years and 3 months. 2 years and 3 months now, total, something like that. Because it was in August. It started 2 years ago, wasn't it?
I think
No.
July or August. I think it would have been a year ago.
Congratulations, whatever it is. Well done. Well done.
It's been a long time. It feels like
Been a
it's
while.
But Christmas Eve would be 2 years, I think.
But we will still bring up things that we brought up 2 years ago that have been proven true, and Lazy is still skeptical towards them, even when they've been proven true at this point.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of guy he is, but we love him. There's no way around that. So it's.
Oh, that's nice.
To be honest, Shaman and Steve have brought me around to a lot of shit that I would have never even crossed my fucking dome before. So I'm not in the same ballpark as them, but they have definitely brought me around. I'm not as close-minded as Steve is letting on, but I think a lot of it's kind of like, are you fucking serious? But some of it I'm like, oh, you were fucking serious, and it fucking adds up. So, I'm not easily swayed, but I'm coming around to some shit. And some of it I still think they're full of shit.
And that's the thing. Literally, the people in charge could know, like, there's absolutely nothing. And they could be laughing their ass off at people like us that think this way. But until we know, we don't know, right? But everything is a weird coincidence otherwise. So,
regardless of how I feel, I think the conversations are interesting and fun to speculate on. I'll say that at the very minute. Even if it's something I don't buy into, it's still fun to listen to.
They're entertaining.
The thought process, yeah.
They're entertaining. Yeah.
And there's things that I thought this is absolute bullshit. And then later down the road, I'm like, oh my God, that's the exact thing Steve or Sean was talking about. It fucking and then because I'm the type of person, I'm like, you know what? That thing you said that I laughed in your face about. Yeah, you were right. You were right. Sorry.
Good
bull
for you.
freaking shit. I've called you out before and you just tell me I'm wrong anyways and move on.
Oh no, that okay, no, I
you
do that
fucking guy.
more. I do that to Shaman a lot more than you, Steve, because you don't come on anymore. I don't get a chance to tell you you're right.
That doesn't mean you didn't do it. Yeah, son of a bitch.
Next time
I'm
I'll
just saying the
DM
pattern.
you.
I'm not calling you out right now for it. That's all.
Damn it, Steve.
Yeah, no,
Anyway,
God,
Mike,
damn.
we are going to end this.
Remember?
Michael, I hope you come back again sometime, though. You're fascinating, and you've been a very good guest, and we would love to have you again. So,
to be real, though, Michael, your curiosity kills me because you seem like the most curious guy in the room, which is good. But at the same token, you seem like the guy that you just build knowledge. You're not like FBI, are you?
His questions have purpose.
No, I know. I'm joking around. You just seem like a very curious guy, which is good.
Steve, that's
And
why I
you
want to
seem
come back on. We
open-minded?
gotta figure out if this motherfucker's CIA, FBI. We gotta
Well,
figure out.
next time we're gonna have to dig into Gilgamesh and the Euphrates River and see how far down you really go this river.
Oh wow, I'm gonna have to do some research so I can keep up with that.
We don't have to go
bullshit
that
you
far
guys are
down
talking
because it's
about.
all straight up.
Yeah, right. The United States admitted they have Gilgamesh and they're holding him, but they can't hold him anymore. Just throwing that out there, guys. They have a 22-foot golden box with the guy inside, and it's been vibrating louder every day for the past year.
I don't know what
Not
that means,
good.
Steve.
You
Don't
know what?
know
I've
that means.
been,
Gilgamesh is a douchebag that created humans, but he hated us.
I've been seeing thumbnails about it, and I just
I
haven't.
thought that was
watched
God.
Gilgamesh. He created human beings to be slaves, but he effing hated us. He was a douche, and the United States think that they're going to control him when he comes out of the box and just kills everybody.
Okay, why is he in a box? Okay, this is
So when he went to rest, in a 22-foot golden sarcophagus, which in 1920 or 30, the United States government was photographed and filmed taking out of the ground. This year, a 78-year-old lady who's been waiting for the Freedom of Information Act to happen wrote in and asked, "Where's Gilgamesh and what are you doing with him?" And the United States pretty much said, "Mind your business. We got him. We're not going to tell you." It's like, huh? Why would they say that?
Hey,
That's kind of weird.
Sounds
but
like
I
a
do
good
gotta go
movie.
to bed though, so I gotta sign off, guys.
Good
Okay.
night.
All right, Tom.
All right.
Y'all have a
Good
good
night,
one.
everybody.
Good night.
We're
Good
gonna
night. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Peace. Like, share,